Hello everybody and welcome to an episode of Good Employment Chatter. My name's Carol Halford and today I'm joined by Sara Auty, the founder of SAZ Media. So welcome Sara, it's really good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. So it's not that you're a stranger to the Charter, we've obviously worked with you for some time. And we've always been interested in your story and your journey in terms of your leadership, etc. And I think it's something that a lot of people will be interested in. So I just wanted to kind of have a chat with you really about some of your journey, where you started. So can you just give us a bit of a feel for what was your first job that you ever had and what did it teach you about working with people?
The first job I ever had was actually being a model for I like to say it's actually sweeping hair in a hairdresser's because that was the first job I asked for.
Okay.
In my local hairdressers, but technically I started work at about 10 years old.
Wow.
I used to model for like Matalan and Little Woods magazine and things like catalogue. People used to shop in catalogues back then, didn't they? So there was that, and I think what that taught me about working with people is that it's a lot of people make an image or people come together collaboratively, they share ideas. There's a lot more than meets the eye, and I think teamwork is really important skill to have. When I worked at hairdressers, I was sweeping hair, washing hair, and general cleaning. Again, playing my role and
being a team player.
Yeah, being a team player essentially. And from there, I had loads of different small minor jobs, being a kitchen porter, being a waitress, things like that. And yeah, it's all about working together with others.
Yeah. So when you think about some of those experiences that you had, were there ever any moments when you thought, gosh, this is a terrible job, this is a really bad example of employment, or other times where you thought, do you know what, this is fantastic, this is a really good employment opportunity I've got? Have you ever had any experiences like that?
Yes, definitely. I would say that maybe the smaller the jobs that I had, as in being a waitress and things, brought me so much joy. Like I was meeting new people, engaging with members of the public, or just having fun, not a huge amount of responsibility. I think as you grow in a career, the responsibility gets greater, the pressure mounts, and that comes usually from higher up. And I think that's where you can sometimes get a bit of feeling of, am I being valued here for everything I'm putting in? Am I being listened to? Does this reflect my personal values, the way I'm working? And I think that those come from maybe jobs with quite a lot of responsibility, I think, in my personal opinion, definitely. But yeah, I try to be optimistic and always look on the bright side of things, and just try and find the joy in every day, really. And I think just to be working is a fantastic opportunity to make a difference to your own life and other people's.
Yeah. Well, you're always smiling and you've got an optimistic outlook on life, haven't you? So
I try.
It's good that you carry that with you into your work as well. So having had those early experiences, what then inspired you to think about setting up SAZ Media?
Yeah. So at that point in my life, I was about 25 years old, and I'd had a couple of jobs with some good responsibility, and all those jobs were doing what I do, which is media, which I love, film and photography, creating content, being a producer, working in communications. I love everything like that, but also working with young people. And how that shaped up was by working for a voluntary organisation in Bradford working with young people who were from a particular estate in Bradford and hadn't had many life opportunities. And at the time, like, I'd finished uni and I was like looking for my next move, and it's really, really difficult to get a job in media. And I just enjoyed really engaging with these young people, and I could see that what we were doing as an organisation, and giving them a trip to various places across Yorkshire and supporting them with life skills and giving back to the community, we were really making a difference. And I could see that actually there's so many young people like myself that need opportunities, that need support. So I kind of just had this mission of how can I use my media skills to support young people. And after having a few lovely jobs in the media, I thought I want to create something that's a bit more community-based, and I really want to support young people with learning digital media skills, but also great life skills and a feeling of collective belonging and togetherness and everything that good community spirit brings. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I aimed to do when I went on the Lloyd's School of Social Entrepreneurs at Blackburn House, a programme to support young entrepreneurs who are just starting up or getting to know the world of social enterprise. So I did that for a year, and I had this idea of SAZ Media. Got my first grant from a housing provider to support young people over the summer, and it just had the most amazing feedback from young people, their parents, their carers, the community saying this is exactly what we need. And that just propelled me to really make it happen. So it came from like an idea of kind of like, let's just test and learn this.
But bringing two of your passions together, which were media and helping young people as well. And media is such a kind of a really good way of engaging with people as well, isn't it? Because you can do it in a way that makes it comfortable for them as well, not in a threatening way. So obviously tying those two things together has obviously helped you to kind of propel your career forward as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think at the time, like, I didn't have any intentions. If I would have known at the time what I was going to create today, what I was actually going to have today, I'd have been like, wow, gosh.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's weird because you spoke earlier about the higher you get up in an organisation, the more responsibility you have.
Yeah.
And yet you have created your own organisation with all that responsibility.
I have got so much responsibility now, but it feels good. And I think, it comes... I've taken all my learnings and everything that I've experienced. Without those experiences, I wouldn't be able to create what I've created today. So, it's been brilliant to look back and think... Well, at the time I felt like this. And also I'm growing all the time, I'm learning different things, different experiences. Every day brings something new. So, like, would I have handled it in the same way? Some of those maybe difficult conversations or challenges, But
hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Exactly.
But like you've said, you're learning from it all the time, and that's the most valuable part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's good to bring that and create your own thing, and it'd be so well received as well. I never went with big intentions of having employees or having a good strong client base and supporting hundreds of young people like we have. It was just like, I'm gonna try and do this for the summer. And let's just see what it brings.
And it's obviously worked out really, really well. I'm interested to know as well where the name SAZ came from.
Yeah, so some people do call me Saz because obviously they see it's related to me. Name, when I was coming up with the idea name for the organisation, originally I had F Vision, which in my head stood for female vision. That's what I kind of had. A bit of girl power in there. But then when I actually thought about like where SAZ Media's rooted in is my youth and my childhood. And I always wanted to be called SAZ when I was a kid. And I used to like sort of draw it like a spiky S, and then the A, a pointy A, like a capital A, and a Z on the other side, to kind of look like a Christmas tree. And I don't know why. That
stayed with you.
Stayed with me. And I was like, do you know what? It's those kind of free thoughts and that kind of, I don't know, creativity or escapism in some way that, I kind of really want to bring in the organisation. It's just, it just reminds me of childhood and all those, great feelings of exploration and so much learning and growth. And,
that's fantastic.
So,
and it's nice as well because obviously you've talked about opportunities it gives to young people as well, which is amazing. But also in terms of setting up the organisation, again, said earlier about working around people. So you've surrounded yourself with good people as well, haven't you, to help you on this journey? Yeah. So what do you feel you've gained most from some of the advice from some of those people? And when you look for a team, kind of what sort of characteristics are you looking for from those individuals to help you to create that nice working environment?
Yeah. So firstly, there's been so much influence, good influence in my growth and development and the companies. And that's come through a variety of different organisations. I think we're really lucky to be to have first started creating media for the Good Employment Charter, because it led me to then go into organisations and start asking questions to quite senior people at the time. When I first started this organisation and first started working with the Charter, it was like, so I'm going to go and interview that CEO. And, I just made it happen. But on the inside, I was nervous, And, but you kind of go with one feeling thinking, what are they going to say? And am I going to stand up and have the guts, I guess, to ask these questions? And it humbled me. And I think a lot of business leaders that I've met in through the Charter and in Greater Manchester have had such a positive influence because they're human, and it's like there's no ego at the top. Do you know what I mean? If you've got a good organisation, there's no ego. It's just we're team players and we're there to support you. So I think I've had a huge amount of influence. I've been influenced by a lot of great organisations across Manchester.
That's brilliant. And it's a community, the whole Charter.
Totally,
kind of It does feel like a community, doesn't it? And everybody wants to, or seems to want to get involved and help and support each other. It doesn't feel competitive or anything like that, does it? So the fact that you're gaining from some of those experiences when you do your work for the Charter, that's a nice feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, we succeed together, I guess, and it's got that feeling.
Yeah.
You'll have to remind me of the other question. It was a twofold question. What was it?
It was about some of the people that are working for you now as well.
Yeah,
in terms of what it is that you look for when you onboard people. Yeah. Because, I get the sense that having people around you and being with people is important, but you want the right people. Yeah. So, what kind of traits are you looking for?
A willingness to learn, I think. Definitely. I want someone who comes and says, well, I've got these skills and I'm happy to play my role in this, but also I'd love to learn about this, and I would love an opportunity to do that. I think if you've got someone eager just to get involved and to also think outside the parameters of the job description maybe, or think outside of what the organisation is currently doing and thinking, actually, I really hold similar values to the organisation and I can see myself fitting in here. Yeah. But, I'd love to maybe try this. I'm all up for
all that.
Yeah, I'm all up for people saying, take this and run with it. Yeah. Because I think that's when I was younger, I had and I worked for other organisations, I had so many great ideas all the time. Like, I'm a real ideas person. And well, I say they're great. I didn't really actually get many chances to test and learn from them, but I would have loved it if someone said to me, yeah, run with that.
Yeah.
Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I think anyone who wants to come on board and, you know, can really see us going in certain directions, I'd be up for it, you know.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I definitely
Sounds
would.
like you've got mini-me's working with you.
Yeah, I've got a fantastic team, absolutely wonderful team, and, you know, we all share really, really similar values. Obviously, the company's values, which are joy, quality, compassion, and creativity and community.
Very nice. And did you develop those values with the team?
Yeah, we
Brilliant.
did, and we were inspired by the charter in other organisations to do that as well. Yeah. Because I had these set of values, and I thought, well, then, you know, after having a couple of conversations with people, I thought, well, they're my values. They're not necessarily how others perceive the organisation and live and breathe the organisation. So we did a couple of fantastic exercises to really unpick what they mean to us. And you feel that you live and breathe those in your day-to-day work as a team? Yeah, we don't have them on the wall.
No,
we don't have them on the wall. We don't have them on the wall. You never know, might stick them up there one day, but we don't. But yeah, it's evident. I think whoever you meet in our organisation, you'd know.
Yeah, that's the kind of things that they're working to.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Brilliant. And you've had the benefit and you know, the kind of, I suppose, joy in a way of being able to film some of our videos for our Good Employment Awards.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, well, I know you've enjoyed doing those. Are there any kind of things from those experiences that have stood out to you in terms of filming those?
Yeah, I'd say certainly this year. We're a small organisation, and it takes time to build something, certainly organically. Like, we don't have any investors. We don't have any, like, I don't know, stuff maybe private organisations have. So, yeah, things take a bit longer. However, this year, because of our growth, we were able to put together a bit of a side programme for our 18 to 25-year-old programme that we run in Salford to enable young people to get paid work experience with us. So even though in the past we had kind of sort of built it in, this year we officially did, and the young people got some great valuable experiences. So they came to different organisations, saw what it was like to, say, I don't know, work at 18 organisations we filmed with this year.
Yeah, it was a lot, weren't there?
It was a lot. And then also come to the awards itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, through those experiences, they gained really valuable insight into what other companies are doing, how they're operating, that the world of work is not that scary, all the different sectors and industries. And then obviously they're coming along for media, but they might look at, I don't know, co-op and see what's happening at the co-op and what type of jobs are available there, and, you know, that kind of thing. So they gained some really valuable experiences from that, and that's been a bit standout this year.
I can imagine. I think if I was a young person and I got that opportunity, I would have absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and we pay them the real living wage as well.
That's important to you as well, isn't it? Paying the real living wage.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're not paying the real living wage, and if you're not invested in the next generation, if you're asking them to come on work experience for free, you're not considering what their travel expenses might cost, or you know, maybe time off a part-time job that they have that they're wanting to use on some experience that they might get them somewhere in an industry. I think it's fundamental really to pay the living wage and really consider everything a young person has to go through to gain opportunities, especially nowadays in the times that we have.
Yeah. I mean, it is a challenging time, isn't it? It's a challenging time for employers as well.
Yeah.
And, we know that some employers might be kind of thinking, real living wage will be going up again very soon. But I think you're a good example of where paying it is actually a real benefit to you as an organisation.
Yeah. And I'd also say if we can do it as a very small organisation, why is everybody else not doing it? Yeah. If we can do it, and it might be the admin process of just paying someone, for a couple of days instead of putting them on payroll, so be it. So be it. Like, I think it'll make a world of difference to that young person, but many young people, if everyone could just do something like that. Yeah. I'd
makes
say
a big difference, doesn't it?
Difference.
And to you as an employer as well. Yeah. And reputationally, it helps too, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really proud that we're a living wage employer.
Yeah, and a good employment charter member as well.
Of course.
So thinking back again to the work that you do with the young people in the communities, and obviously, the social enterprise, do you have lots of partnerships with different organisations as well?
No.
Nobody. do you work with like schools and people like that to look at young people?
No. So this might be where our growth, our next steps might come in. Yeah. But no, we don't. So we've had one small grant this year. Yeah. The rest has been our own profits or our anticipated profits. Wow. So all of our profits are reinvested to support young people. Yeah. And that's our mission. Yeah. So it'd be fantastic to partner with some more organisations. I guess we've got maybe like a couple of one housing association, a couple of community partners who are social enterprises. For example, Make, Build, Grow. 2 weeks ago, we partnered with them. They support young people who are in care or who are care leavers or who are caring for parents in some capacity. Yeah. And we said, why don't you come on a trip with us to the Lake District?
Nice.
Because of all the great work that we've done this year, we've worked really, really hard for our clients. Yeah. We anticipate that we're going to make some profit. Yeah. So before our year ends, let's do a trip that will benefit young people who have had in-care experience or are caring for others to support them on a program we called Click and Connect, a photography program where they can capture their journey, a growth journey. So brilliant. We stayed in a residential and we went climbing, we went canoeing, we went on a mountain walk, we toasted marshmallows at a campfire in the evenings. And
that's so lovely. And I bet it was the first time for some of those young people that they've actually been away from home.
Yeah. And they had their own complex challenges as well. Yeah. And honestly, it's been one of the best things that we've done.
So how many of you went all together?
There was 11 of us all together.
Oh, so a nice number.
Yeah. But we're thinking, well, we could do more of this for sure. It was so enjoyable. It was so good. But also just the young people just having the best time. And, for some of them, they said it was life-changing, that they'll always remember this time.
Oh, that's so good. And will they do an exhibition with the work, with the photographs that they've taken?
We're not planning an exhibition for that one. We're planning some other exhibitions for different cohorts of young people. But that one we're going to put together. They've all left audio recordings and they've captured their own journey. So we're going to put together like a memory video for them.
Oh, that's nice.
So they can keep it, and we'll share that as well with their permission.
That'd be good for them to revisit perhaps in 12 months' time to see where they are, in the journey then.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
An amazing thing to do. Yeah.
So it's things like that we're doing and making a real difference to young people.
I think that's amazing that you're doing that. So in terms of that kind of work, you've obviously said you want to take that group away again or a similar group away again. So that's kind of on the work that you're doing with young people. In terms of the other kind of media work that you're doing, in what direction do you think that will go?
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. We'd love to work with more organisations that are focusing on creating systemic change.
Okay.
I think organisations or movements that are going to play a pivotal role in making positive change.
Yeah.
I would say we'd love to do that. We work mostly in construction and engineering,
Right.
manufacturing, but we also work with organisations like yourselves and the Living Wage Foundation and councils.
Yeah.
So yeah, we and all of our work is centred around doing good and making a positive social change. So yeah, we'd like to work with more organisations, of course, so we can continue to grow, continue to support the next generation.
But it seems like
people.
you'd want their values to align with your values as well.
For sure, absolutely, yeah.
And are people kind of asking for different things now? You know, I mean, the whole world of kind of media, digital, etc., moves at such a pace. Are there different ways of kind of communicating that people are looking at now?
Good question. With the innovation of like AI technology, I would say there's a lot of people who are trying to do it themselves.
Oh, right.
So whereas, where a media service will come, we'll get real stories, we'll interview real people, we'll capture real footage or photograph people in documentary style or take portraits.
Yeah.
That kind of real human experience type of media. I think what we're finding now is a lot of people are thinking, well, if we put this report together or we'll get a few testimonials, we can just put it in ChatGPT and it will create a kind of, I guess like a slide reel or something with some infographics and stuff. Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. And then, put an AI voiceover on it. Yeah. So it sounds like a real person.
It's quite scary, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And in some ways, we do use AI ourselves. Say if we've interviewed someone, I don't know, which we have in like Portsmouth or Southampton or London, and the video goes back to maybe like the comms director or something, and they say, actually, that's a bit wrong. Could we have it like this? And there's no way to go back and spend all that money and time filming with that one person. It's not cost effective. No. So yeah, you can just use AI to just replace a few words. Scary, but you can.
Yeah, but you can do that.
So I guess we're using it. Yeah. However, there's so much power in human stories and being real people.
And that's what you capture so well.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
You really do. Yeah, and that, I mean, we hear so much positive feedback about the videos and the content and that's created through the work that you do for us alone. But just thinking about yourself again, I mean, we've recognised you on a few occasions in relation to your leadership. Yeah. And I remember at one event where we got you to kind of speak about your journey as a leader. Yeah. And you were almost surprised that we'd asked you to come and be part of that. So, that felt a bit like you had imposter syndrome around that point. But now, because even in the past year, I can see you've grown even more. Yeah. Do you now recognise in yourself
I do.
that you are a leader? At last.
Yeah, but I think when you asked me, I was just, I was like, gosh, just little me. And I was just thinking, how am I, sometimes I can get quite shy and quite anxious and, really overcomplicate things in my mind, which is not helpful. And I've kind of tried to overcome that. And I was just really shocked and surprised. And it actually got me, Googling, what defines a leader?
Are you saying the right words? Things like that.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm really, really honoured to be asked. And I also thought, actually, this is a pivotal moment where I should really step up and share my story.
Yeah. You've got an amazing story.
Yeah, and it's something I've never done before, and I guess shied away from a little bit because of all the negative connotations that could come with that, I think. Or I think in my mind,
yeah,
it could
in
be
your
negative.
mind, yeah. But we've heard your story, and you know, I think some of those challenges that you had when you were younger, etc., have shaped you, haven't they? And you've used those experiences to help to define how you operate as a leader, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's so much positivity to be had from stories that are quite challenging, hard to tell, hard to hear.
Yeah.
But there's no growth without doing that. There's no growth for me, and there's no growth for other people. So sharing's caring.
Yes. yeah. It is.
And I had people come up to me after that saying, I had a really similar experience.
Yeah, because you talked to them at that event about being a young mum and things like that, didn't you?
So I think what I really wanted to come out was I'd been through domestic violence as a child. I'd witnessed it, received it, and witnessed drug addiction, supported parent through drug addiction.
Yeah. A lot to take on as a young person, which is why you've got that empathy with those young carers as well, haven't you?
Yeah, and had a sister and a brother, and I left to go to uni because my college tutor really believed in me and helped me, and I never thought that was possible.
It's amazing how one person can make a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. So then. By being pushed in that direction, I also had a lot of guilt about leaving my brother and sister and things like that. And there was so much to overcome at such a young age. And then homelessness happened, for my brother and sister. And it was just all a time of crisis. But I just moved through it. And I think it wasn't until I was older and safer that I was able to understand actually the depth of what happened to me, and not just what happens to me, but what happens to so many young people.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I had those job when I left university and met young people from Bradford, and they were going through similar situations to what I was when I was 15. They were all like 12 to 16 years old. I realised there's so much work to be done. There's so much work to be done, and I guess it validated my experiences. They were real, they were hard, and they didn't need to happen. I guess they happened, and I've grown through it. But I want to be there for other people. And
you've done something good with it, haven't you?
I kind of want to just say to other people, it happens. There's no stigma. That stigma is not yours. To own, and actually when I spoke at the event, it was kind of cathartic in a way, because I was like, I've never really spoken to many people about this at all. Close
and that was
friends.
a Good Employment Week at our Good Practice Conference, which I kind of get, it's almost a year. But the difference between you then and now is incredible.
I think maybe it was that talk.
I think as well it is that the fact that you are constantly reflecting upon some of those experiences, and then looking at how we can use them in the best way to make you better at what you do on a day-to-day basis, like you've said, helping other young people, being there for your team as well, creating a good place for them to work.
Exactly, a safe emotional space to work in. So I think one of the things is, obviously I have an audience with young people and I'm able to support them, but also in the workplace, you're working with people who have been affected by trauma and, have been through some of similar experiences that I've been through. And, it shows up in different ways in people, and I think understanding people and truly deeply listening to people, you need to be open to. Some of your team members might have gone through some things that are quite difficult, and that Tuesday afternoon might not be a good afternoon for them. Yeah. And you might not understand why maybe someone might just not feel great, not be communicating. Be a bit out of sorts.
Something is not right. Yeah.
So I think it's really important to listen deeply to your team and to really know them and to have good communication. So I think hopefully it inspired other people to think, well, actually Sara looks like a pretty confident person.
Yeah, well, it did inspire a lot of people, which is why I'm thinking about, you should be going speaking to young people in schools and colleges and anywhere else.
Maybe I have done quite a bit of that. I don't do it maybe weekly or whatever, but it's on the agenda. But I think just to think, well, if someone seems upset, someone seems hurt, someone's not performing in the way that they usually do, or you think they're capable of, have that conversation, conversations, and they might be difficult, but I think by, sincerely asking someone if there's anything they want to talk about, it,
and people generally will open up if they know that you genuinely want to listen as well, won't they?
And I'm pretty sure all of my team members know they can come to me at any time, any day, and I'll be there to listen. So,
So you're obviously very busy with work, and obviously the passion with the young people as well. How do you like to unwind then? You're taking photographs everywhere and filming.
To be honest, there's such a holistic side to taking photographs as well. And that's what I found, and that's what I share with young people is that method of reframing something through an image, taking that time to take a breath, take an image. We do macro photography on well-being walks, nature photography, and then we look at big vast landscapes, and it's how do we all fit into that. So I guess I do photography at the weekends as well, going on a walk in the woods. You always know you're going walking with a photographer when it takes about 2 hours to do a 1 hour walk. But love to be out in nature. I've got a young boy, and yesterday we went to the aquarium together and went round and got him a teddy and things like that. He always wants a teddy everywhere he goes. So I think just spending time with him, my family, going for walks, and just trying to enjoy each day. Not even trying, but just thinking every day, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for being here right now.
That's a nice attitude to have.
I think about it all the time. It's really being grateful, showing gratitude has really boosted my mental health. And it's something I carry with me.
And that's important to look after your own mental health, because if you don't look after yours, then you can't look after the people that are working with you. You can't look after your son. It is important that you look after yourself as well. And if taking photographs is your way of doing that, then that's good. You need to do more walks in the lakes. Things like that. Go and have a look for some more destinations that you can go and take these young people on as well, exploring.
Me and the team went to Snowdon and climbed up Snowdon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that a team built thing?
Yeah. We went in June, and it was one of the hottest days of the year.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
But we had the most beautiful time. We stayed overnight the night before, and, we went paddling in the stream and walking through some lovely woodlands, and went for dinner and all those good things. Just really enjoyed ourselves. But and then I joked after it saying, should we do Ben Nevis next? I've never done that. And we had a few mixed responses. So I'm not sure if we will. But just trying to bring that into work as well, bring in joy, because we dedicate so much of our time, so much of our lives to work. And we're always there for our clients. We never let clients down. So just being able to escape for 2 days.
Just to switch off is important, isn't it?
And do something was just really joyful. So,
Maybe I should get the rest of the team to run a marathon with me.
Yeah, maybe you should.
See if training together. We've been talking about running earlier this morning.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I think something like going to Snowdon like that is a lovely thing to do.
Yeah.
And I guess people might have been a bit nervous at first, but kind of when you get there and everybody lets the guard down and relaxes, it's a nice way of switching off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Forgetting about the day job and just thinking about getting to know each other a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what makes people tick.
Yeah, we've had some great conversations. So, yeah.
Because I think when people kind of let the guards down or, you know, get out of that kind of work mode, you do learn a lot more about people, don't you?
Yeah, it breaks down barriers.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, like we've done a couple of different things, like we've been bowling or, you know, like going out for drinks or dinner, and that's okay. But I think doing something that's slightly a little bit quirky, a little bit of a challenge, something to accomplish, I think, and we can spend proper quality time together, you know, is really beneficial.
And I think you're right, you know, you spend a lot of time at work and, you know, probably as much time as you'll do with your family.
Yeah.
I mean, I know kind of we all work different ways nowadays, but at the end of the day, you come back to work day in, day out, people are there all the time. So understanding them, you know, your colleagues is really important. So you've got that, you seem to have got that right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah.
You know, I've asked, how's work going recently? We have regular one-to-ones.
Yeah.
Best job. Best job. Love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it. So,
that's good,
you know,
to hear
and
for you.
The happiness, I walk home and I'm happy. I'm smiling. You know, it just feels good.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's those kind of things that honestly make my day.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely,
they would do, because that'll have a positive impact in their home life as well.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be relaxed and happy around friends and family too. It's amazing, isn't it? The ripple effect that it could have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
done you.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, well, keep on doing it. I'm going to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
Which is about, we ask everybody this question at the end of interviews, which is about if you could have a coffee with any leader, past or present, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
Yeah. Interesting.
This is a tough question.
Yeah, it is a really tough question. And my first answer, I'm going to tell you what my first answer was. My first answer was like, Andy Burnham.
Right, okay.
You know, because it'd probably be really beneficial. I could maybe, I mean, I think he knows what our mission is and he knows us as an organisation, but I'm like, you know, I could have probably a good chat with him and maybe a proactive chat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There'd be a to-do list to come away with or to think about. Maybe maybe for us both. And but and then I thought, well, actually there's a book that I read that changed kind of it had a real impact on me, a sort of philosopher called Alan Watts. And it's a book called Out of Your Mind. Now he's like sort of a leader in philosophy in like British and American, like, I don't know, psychology. And it was like he's a really freeing person. So when you read his books, it's all about, you know, don't try and control everything. You know, it's that kind of thing of
let things just happen.
Let things be, let things happen. You know, and you don't hear that in business, really.
Because everything's 100 miles an hour.
100 miles an hour.
Yeah, trying to control everying.
What's the next 3 months look like? What's the next 3 years look like?
What's the year end going to look like? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Do you know? I can, honestly, I can say, well, we've got this coming in, and looking at last year, we could do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But honestly, in 3 years' time, I mean...
Who knows?
Yeah, and it's not that I don't have a strategy. It's not that I don't know we're not going anywhere. A lot
can change in 5 minutes, let alone 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you know, I don't want to bring up something that happened a couple of years ago, but COVID, that happened and that changed a lot of things for a lot of people. Yeah. You know, one day we'll stop talking about it. But that could actually, you know, something of that effect.
Exactly,
and we're living in a volatile world.
Yeah, we are.
And we can't predict anything. But what I think, if me and Alan Watts had a good chat, I'd not only remember his book, but I'd remember that chat, and probably a lot of good things would come from it. But just that affirmation, really, of good things will happen if you are good at heart, if you've got an open mind, you've got a willingness to tackle challenge, and you don't shy away from it. You know, I think those kind of things. We are resilient. We're all resilient.
Yeah, we are. More resilient than we realise.
Definitely. Yeah. So, yeah, I think if we had a good cup of tea,
you could have
a good chat.
You could have it with Alan and maybe have Andy along as well. That would be a great chat, wouldn't it?
It'd be very, very great. Yeah.
I wonder if I could make it happen.
Well, he's actually died as well. So.
Well, maybe not then.
Yeah, he died too young. He wasn't... I don't know if he'd see himself as a leader. I think he probably would, because he wrote quite a few books. But he wasn't. He was by no means perfect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I think just to end on that kind of leadership, leaders aren't perfect people with the perfect strategy, perfect vision, mission. You know, they haven't got every box ticked. It's like we're all a work in progress.
Yeah.
And I think he was a good example of that. He's a work in progress.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really nice thing to say, because you're right. Everybody is a work in progress.
Yeah.
Because every day you're learning something new, and, you know, taking experiences from each day and applying new learning the next day, aren't you?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. That's a lovely thought to end on. But yeah, it's been so lovely having you on our Good Employment Chatter, and I know you were a little bit nervous at first, but it's been a really enjoyable conversation, and obviously we'll see a lot more of you anyway. Yeah. And looking forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, but see you soon.
Opportunity.
Thank you.